Peace and great morning, kings and queens. It's another motivation, money making Monday. Being a black entrepreneur is the polar opposite of being a slave. I don't think y'all heard me. I said being a black entrepreneur is the polar opposite of being a slave. Entrepreneur, a person who sets up a business or businesses, taking on greater financial risks at a hope of making a profit. A slave, a person who is the legal property of another and is forced to obey them. Ownership versus owned. We were captured, shackled, chained, thrown in the bottom of ships, imported like cattle or foreign cars, only worse. Auctioned off to the highest bidder and forced to work for a man that we had to call master only because he had mastered the art of turning kings and queens into slaves. This was big business, a business that made America the wealthiest nation in the world. The slave owners, or businessmen as they was called, benefited greatly from working us from sunup to sundown. They received all the fruits of our labor, and we received nothing. No monetary gain, no equity, nothing to give or pass down to our families. We received no fruits from our labor because we were someone else's property. We were slaves, and we had to do it for free. Free. In rose June 19, 1865. Hey boy, you free, huh? You not a slave anymore. What you talking about, Master Willis? You don't have to work for me for free no more. Word? I can leave. I can go work for myself, provide for my family, and benefit directly from the fruits of my labor? Yeah, boy, you heard me. So I got the rights, the same rights as you and the other white men? No, no, no. Now you going too far. But you can buy a car, you can buy a house, you can even be an entrepreneur. In that moment that we have been fighting 156 years since, to actually bring to true realization, we received our freedom. We went from something that gave us nothing to something that could potentially bring us everything. We went from being someone else's property to being in a position to own property. We went from not being able to legally have a dollar to being able to invest our dollars, build up our communities, and achieve true economic and political power. Slavery represents death, destruction, and the tearing down of the human will. Entrepreneurship represents independence, self-sustainability, and the potential for limitless financial freedom. Nothing highlights this more like the plight, the history, and the life of the Africans here in America and how things have been. So yes, I am a proud black entrepreneur, and I will never be a slave again. Now that's motivation. Peace.